Committee seats. But, Honorable Speaker, the issue of public debt is not something that we ought to be justifying to ourselves, to appease ourselves, because it is a burden that we are laying on the shoulders of the Kenyan people. And that burden, Speaker, as much as I heard His Excellency the President the other day on Madaraka Day telling us that debt is simply us utilizing other people's money. But, Honorable Speaker, as much as we are utilizing other people's money, it is not money that we are getting as a grant or as a gift from those other people. It is those other nations' taxpayers that are giving us money to invest in productive sectors of our economy, Honorable Speaker, and at the end of the day, use our taxpayers' money to repay. And therefore, as we lay more burdens to the Kenyan people, Honorable Speaker, as the people's representatives, I am obliged to object to the raising of this debt ceiling, Honorable Speaker. And it tells you the Cabinet Secretary in charge of the National Treasury today is a man who clearly has no understanding of what he is doing. The Honorable Kamket has just told you that initially they had brought us a percentage. And if you look at a percentage, they were giving a percentage as much as it was on NPV terms of our GDP at 55%. However much you try to cook GDP on NPV terms at 55%, we would still be below the 9 trillion debt that we have today, Honorable Speaker. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, this slight or huge variation to 10 trillion shillings will be a burden to the Kenyan people, Honorable Speaker. But more importantly, Honorable Speaker, it is outside what this House has approved in our medium-term debt strategy paper. Beyond that, Honorable Speaker, this House, and I have chaired the Budget and Appropriations Committee, so I speak from a point of knowledge, that we have demanded from the National Treasury that every year, before, and there have been resolutions in this House, Honorable Speaker, before you tell us how much you are borrowing, earmark for us the specific projects that you intend to utilize that public debt on. Today, Honorable Speaker, we are increasing our debt to 10 trillion shillings, and we cannot earmark projects where this money will go into. Even the appropriations bill we'll do we'll be discussing today, Honorable Speaker. If you look at the estimates that are there, there is nothing specific on what specific projects will be financed using public debt. Honorable Speaker, the greatest danger, we are also, I think in the course of today, Honorable Speaker, if I look at the order paper, bound to discuss the supplementary estimates too, at the end of the financial year, Honorable Speaker, or at the tail end of the financial year. And I see the chairman of budget winking at me because he knows I know what I'm speaking about. Honorable Speaker, the reason why we are doing a supplementary estimate too is because we spend out of the budget, Honorable Speaker. It is the spending out of the budget, and I take great exception to what the leader of majority was saying, that we are spending in very good things that are for the benefit of the country. Honorable Speaker, you beg to ask yourself, when you spend things that are out of the budget cycle, you will end up borrowing. And this is a government, this is a Cabinet Secretary in charge of the National Treasury who has a very high aptitude, because he cannot stand up to his president to tell his president that sprucing up public parks in a country where people are dying out of hunger is not a priority, Honorable Speaker. And budgeting is about priorities, Honorable Speaker. How much money have we spent sprucing up Uhuru Park? How much money are we spending to spruce up Uhuru Gardens? And I don't know why they're all Uhuru. Honorable Speaker, in fact, I would dare propose that one of these fine days, we should rename Uhuru Gardens to Freedom Gardens. Honorable Speaker, I'm not saying this because I have any